going on, guys? Joe with OMGRC. So today I have the Redcat shredder. This is the 1/6 scale, and I did drive it in the rain the first time or when it was wet outside, and it was no problem because it just didn't have a lot of traction. Even though it was doing some wheelies, it wasn't enough traction still for the drivetrain, and it didn't put a lot of stress on it. Now that it's dry outside, it put a lot of stress on that little plastic spur gear, and yeah, it shredded that like it says, shredded. The shredder. So let's get started with replacing that gear. So here is the part number. Bring that up close. So the MPO-019. That's just a Redcat part, obviously. So you guys can, if you decide to go with this car or this truck, you'll definitely want to go ahead and grab that gear. And I'll put a link in the description so you guys can get that gear. All right, so let's get started on this. All right, so screws that you want to remove for this is going to be here, here. There's on top, there's the 4 screws that are there. And then you have another screw here and then another one right over on the other side of it there. That's that part of it. And then if you go over to the bottom side of the chassis, you're going to have 3 screws so on each side. So you'll need to remove these 3 and these 3. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. All right, so I went ahead and removed the 4 screws that were here so we could get rid of this old gear, and then we'll go ahead and install the new gear. Okay, so new gear in hand. And there is a way that you put it on there. Obviously, this big groove that's in there, that needs to go face down. And then you just go ahead and repeat the process as far as going in. Now, I guess at this time too, what you could do is, if I already filled it up with grease, a thicker grease in here, so that way it doesn't so much diff out to the front, trying to eliminate a little bit of all that power going to the front. But I actually need something like, I don't know, like a million weight or something like that, so it just makes it really more resistant, because it's still pretty easy to turn. So that might be something I'll do in the future too, because I hate all the power going to the front. But anyway, let's go ahead and reinstall all the little screws. Gear installed, so we'll go ahead and reinstall everything back into the car or the truck. Just an FYI, when you're going and installing everything, make sure your dog bones, your drive line here is in there properly, because you don't want to put it all back together and then all of a sudden you notice like, oh, that wasn't secured in there, so it wasn't hooked up. So make sure of that. Okay, so metal gear has been installed. Good on that part of it. Also, don't forget to check out OMGRC.com. I'll also put links in the description for this particular truck, the shredder, and the actual gear that I used in the video. Till next time, I appreciate everybody watching. Guys, take care. Later. Whoa, too much.